Thank you all for coming here tonight. A lot of what we do day in and day out is about trying to make the music industry work a little bit better. And we're out there constantly representing all creators, making sure they get what they deserve every time their music is used anywhere on the planet. Tonight's a little bit different. Now and then we like to sort of take it all back and try to focus on the reason we do what we do. And so tonight we're going to bring together a couple artists, and what we do as part of the Influencer Series is bring together some artists who can talk about their experiences in music, talk about who influenced them, who they might influence, where do we think the young acts of today are going. And as fans, you know, which we all are, it's really deeply compelling to see these discussions about music.
This is the SoundExchange Influencers Series, so obviously I think that thread of influence will be an important piece of the whole night. So let's actually begin with the earliest influence. For both of you guys, Glenn, I'll turn it to you first. Can you talk about your earliest influences? What kind of music were you listening to growing up?
Briefly, I was named after Glenn Miller, famous World War veteran who plane went down. Yeah. So in my household, all I heard was a pre-teen was Glenn Miller music, Sinatra, Tony Bennett. My parents are big classic American, fans. So as a child, I learned how to play the trombone. Read music at 10 years old playing trombone. And of course, one day I went home from school, and I may have been 12, with my trombone in my hand. And on the TV, I saw four lads from Liverpool in black and white. And I think I may have got the trombone and went, it should be down here. So I think that was the end of my trombone playing. It would have to be, for me, I missed Elvis in his prime. So for me, it all started when I heard the first chords and the look of those lads from Liverpool. And those lads were the Beatles, of course.
Yeah. My dad and mom were both big country music fans, but my grandmother and my mother used to watch the Lawrence Welk show, so that was on. We would watch that every week. And my mom's side of the family, everybody played something. And my grandmother played the squeeze box, and my aunts and my mom both played keyboard and clarinet, and that was my first instrument was a clarinet. Yeah. But I think what got it for me was the first time I heard Elton John. I think he's the guy that kind of lit the spark for me. And I was pretty young. I couldn't really understand much of the lyrics and all of that kind of stuff. But that's the first time I remember hearing something and feeling something from some guy I didn't know who lived across an ocean and another continent, and he made me feel. And that was really important to me, and I wanted to make music that made people feel as well. So that's what I got from him. Deep Purple for me, you've heard it said, and it's totally true. That is the first riff I learned when I picked up a guitar.
You played it. You played
Smoke
that
on the
riff
Water.
with me when we did a session with Chad
Smoke
Smith.
on the Water.
I walk in the studio, and Jerry's playing Smoke on the Water on guitar. I'm going, God, he knows that song.
Absolutely.
But apparently everybody does.
It's like the most. It's the most recognizable riff for a guitar player besides "Stairway to Heaven." I think it's like the riff everybody knows. Even if you don't play guitar, you can play "Smoke on the Water," right?
We're here tonight thanks to SoundExchange, and certainly in today's digital age, the way we create and consume music has changed drastically. And that brings up all these new issues with fair pay. And thankfully, we have organizations like SoundExchange that take great care.
SoundExchange. Yeah. I want to say thank you to SoundExchange for doing all the work you do and providing a lot of youngsters and a lot of young people, as well as the older ones, with a form of a lifestyle that they can sustain themselves. Because the music business is not like it was in the 70s and 80s and the 90s. It's just not that way. The only way we can perform is make records. We've got it on vinyl, we've got it on CD, and we've got it on stream and downloading and streaming. And it's those last two, the digi stuff, that it's got to be really made very clear. We have to have people collect and go out and find stuff because people are hurting. It's something that we're really honored that the SoundExchange have come into fruition to help people like Jerry and myself.
Yeah.